Hi. First, I just want to say how glad I am to be participating in this virtual launch. I think it's incredibly important that we come together in whatever way we can while we fight off this coronavirus thing globally. So really happy to be here. Also, I'd love to say a quick thank you to Steve Silber and the folks at Chulit Lodge. Both of these poems I'm about to read were written while I was an artist fellow there for 6 weeks, and they could not have existed without that support and space and inspiration. So thank you to everyone there. I'm going to start with The Dead of Winter. It couldn't have been the dead of winter when the bear broke the window, found her way to the kitchen, and sat in the dark with food mounded around her, kneading her claws into the counter with the pleasure of it all. Bear's den in winter, even though I picture January air slipping in behind her like a new cub. It must have been autumn when the pane cracked in the early morning. After she knew too much, boxes plucked from the cabinets, ripe tomatoes from the shelf. She came back often, pressing her nose against the plywood nailed where the glass had been. They heard her outside, saw the board flex with the weight of her skull. Then one day, after mopping and before splitting wood, they killed her, knowing she would always be there on the other side of the wall, asking to come back inside. The second poem that I'm going to read is titled Sacrifice. When the young salmon burst their eggs wide, gorge on their mother's death, they swallow down the contract all daughters sign sooner or later, trading life for the sweet, sick meat of sacrifice. The taste of it lines the stomach for years. They're grateful for it, crave it even, but always the bones with their watery flesh, always the vague egg memory of her generous form circling round and around, flesh fading from red to white as she waited to die, as her children waited to be born. And now, in the far ocean, my belly empty of eggs, I have no reason to return to the fresh water, to duplicate her suffering. Even if I were swollen with daughters, even then I might betray the cycle, release them to the sea, knowing they would die. Thank you.